Cut Scooter off a minute. Welcome to the podcast, episode 4. And we roll, we go, we move, and we move. We flying right now. We flying. Episode 4 of the podcast. This is diluted. Robinson's juice, mate. Fucking rock on. Let's take the glasses off right now. Welcome to the podcast, episode 4. We're here. We're still doing it. I'm still feeling the love. Here's a mess. Nothing changes in the podcast. Nothing changes in the podcast. But we're here and we're doing it. And we're live. Thanks for watching again for episode 4. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for the amount of love that I've been feeling of you guys. It's been amazing. Every time I post one up, I get loads of messages off friends saying like how they enjoyed it, how they can have a silly time. They can just forget about what shit's going on and just enjoy themselves for like 45 minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because you know a lot of people are stressing out still over the big C. I say the big C. There's 2 big C's now, and one of them is named after a drink. I feel so sorry for the drink Corona, man. Imagine being the owner of Corona and all of a sudden this guy just comes out and goes, there's a virus going around. He goes, oh no, what virus is it? You know, is it a bad one? Yeah, it's killing loads of people around the world. It's infecting loads of people. It's a global pandemic. Well, what's it called? Coronavirus. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, that beer's stock went... But yeah, it's a crazy time at the minute. It's crazy time. Like, all the football this weekend has been cancelled. All the fucking football. I don't believe it. Like, I say I don't believe it. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Because, you know, it is at a point now where it's a global epidemic. It can't be contained. So, stopping the football is the right idea. There's some things, and I've spoke to some people, and they're like, they should just fucking do it. Just play the game. Who cares? Not thinking that these footballers have got fucking families and, you know, they've got to worry about bringing the disease home to, you know, their kids, their wives and girlfriends. You know, it's the right thing to do. Like, I was meant to go to Derby this week, like, on Monday. It was Everton versus Liverpool. And my dad's given me the season tickets and I can't go because it's been cancelled. But that means we get to delay Liverpool winning the league for another fucking 3 weeks. I don't know. Is it something to be happy about if you're not a Liverpool fan? Maybe, but at the same time, yeah, I feel sorry for Liverpool fans because they have waited so many years before they've won it, and they have been so close, mate, so this far away. And, you know, it's unfortunate. To say the least, it's very unfortunate, but at the same time, meh. At the same time, meh. But it's the right thing to do. You know, they've stopped the NBA, they've stopped the Formula 1, they've stopped the cricket in Australia. Well, they didn't actually. They played the cricket, but behind closed doors. Cricket's a little bit different. It's not a contact sport, so that's fine. They've stopped all rugby games. The NBA was a crazy one because we don't know how long that's going to be closed for because I don't know if they're going to shut the NBA down until the virus is actually dissipated and gone because it's fucking, you know, there's so many games played in so little time in the NBA that, you know, it could be more of a high risk than anything else. It's not like a weekly thing like football or twice a week. These guys fucking play a lot of games in a short period of time. So maybe it's the right thing to do to shut it down for a little bit longer. Because they've stopped all flights in and out countries as well. Italy have literally just gone on lockdown. So you can't get in and out of Italy. I've heard that some places in Spain might be fucking locking it down. America have gone 30 days, no flights in or out. And I know America are fucking doolally anyway, but they've stopped flights in and out, which is fucking nuts. So, like, my dad is meant to be going to Florida in, you know, soon. He's meant to be going to Florida soon. Can't remember the date. But he's meant to be going to Florida soon. And he's unsure whether he's going to be able to go because he's already booked tickets for all like the park and stuff, like you know all the theme parks, and he's wanting to go to Galaxy's Edge, and which is the new Star Wars thing that they've got over there, and he might not even be able to go. So what's the point of going on holiday if all the things are shut when you're there? Especially you know all the excursions, which is the main reason why you go to America, to do all that stuff. It's like me with Tenerife. I'm only going to Tenerife, not like Florida or nothing. But if they have all the water parks shut, or like the themey parks shut, you can't go anywhere. You can't eat at restaurants. I'm gonna be stuck in the hotel for a week. I don't want to go to that. It's gonna be fucking pointless. I can do that over here. I can sit in my house over here and you know what I mean, enjoy the sun somewhere else. But you know, I like going on holiday to do shit. That's the main reason why I go. But you know, I can't not. I'm not gonna go if everything's fucking shut. That's all I'm saying about that. But flights have to stop. Like people are moaning about their holidays and stuff like that, but you've got to think that this is like a massive global problem. It's not isolated in one area. This is everywhere, and it's fucking madness. It's absolutely insane. It's just how quick this has gone from like 0 to 100 is nuts. I don't know if they are holding back on us, telling us the whole truth. I think personally they are downplaying it, which is the opposite to what some people think. Some people think they're scaremongering, which, the news love to scaremonger and they love to fucking promote stuff out there and try and scare you into doing certain things, acting the way they want you to act. That's what the news do. That's why they all have agendas. That's why when you watch a presidential election when America's on, the likes of Fox, CNN, ABC, all these major news, fucking MSNBC, I don't know their American news channels, but they all have different agendas and want you to support different things, and they push different narratives down your throat to make you think a certain way, and that's what the news do. And with this coronavirus, it's the same thing. They're trying to make you stay in your house. They're trying to make you, if you are ill, you should isolate yourself. That is good advice. But at the same time, they're trying to scare people into doing things that they shouldn't be doing. For instance, bulk buying in stores. I don't know, like this is the most recent thing that's been happening because people are scared and people are panicked. They're buying all like the tin stuff, soups, beans, tin tomatoes, any food that's in a tin or that's got a long lasting shelf life. Everyone's fucking gone to buy it. Toilet rolls, oh my word, fucking toilet rolls. Toilet rolls have turned into gold fucking pieces these days. Like, you see people on the street corner, like, got any fucking toilet roll? I got a roll of toilet roll for 20 quid. You know what I mean? It's become, like, a thing now that people are, like, panicking so much. Like, oh, if I have a shit, how the fuck am I going to clean my shit off my ass? I need toilet roll. Let me buy 50 packs of 24. So you see people fucking walking with just 3 trolleys full of toilet roll. It's been nuts, mate. Like the other day, I just want a toilet roll. Everybody poos. Everybody knows people poo. It's one of them. But at the same time, I just wanted to buy a pack. And when I was in Asda, there was a queue going down the aisle for people waiting to get served with toilet rolls. Like, waiting for the people to bring them out again because there's so much demand. People are actually waiting over an hour for toilet rolls to come off the back of the store to the front so they can buy it. It's crazy. It's complete craziness. If you're gonna bulk buy stuff, it has to be like nearly at the apocalypse kind of level. You know what I'm saying? It has to be nearly at the apocalypse kind of level where, it's desperate times, desperate measures, people panic buy. Okay, that's fine, but this, there's that picture going around of the old lady standing by a shelf that's empty and she's looking at a tiny box of something that's on her counter and she's doing the sad face while grabbing the one packet of wet wipes for the one old lady. And that's what it's like. And it's, it's not nice, it's not fair. There are people suffering because of people bulk buying. And like, my girlfriend had her phone up the other day and she showed me one with nappies, right, where some fella had 4 trolleys lined up behind each other with all the nappies in it, just because he was going to use that to sell them overpriced and make money on them. People are crazy. People are crazy. Like, taking advantage of people in this time is what people do. It's mad. It's people's like second nature to think like, I know, how can I make this horrible thing that's going on at the minute beneficial for me? And that's what they fucking done, and it's nuts. I don't know where it was or whatever, but it's such a scummy thing to do. Such a scummy thing to do. Like, I'll just pass on, like what I think they should do is, right, instead of scaremongering on the telly, you see it on the news, you'll see them all like, oh, do this, do that, blah, 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 this person's died, another person's died, this person's died, this person's died, this country's on lockdown. Big newsletters in bold fonts with loads of red around it to make it look scary. Give people advice. Give people advice. Just tell people in a normal tone, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. And people will listen. As you know, people are easily manipulated into doing what they want you to do. So, give people advice. It's so simple. It's such a simple concept. You know what I mean? Just go live on air and say, this is what you do to prevent it. This is what you should do to sustain yourself for a little while. Be calm and everything will be okay. That's what I believe. And like, we've been given advice in my work as well, and it's simple and as simple as can be. Wash your fucking hands. The amount of people I see, because I work with the public, the amount of people I see walking in and out of the public toilets, going for a shit and not washing their hands is still fucking through the roof. Like, it's just normal etiquette anyway. But imagine now, during this whole thing, you just had a massive dump after having a curry the night before. You fucking wiped your ass with some toilet roll, and then you've just walked out the fucking toilet without washing your hands. Oh man, like, just thinking about it, it's like another level now. It's like another level. But the amount of people I see working in food, right, as well. Big chains as well, mate. These are fucking major chains. I'm not going to mention because, you know, I know people who work in these chains. But they haven't been told to wear gloves while fucking cooking the food and preparing the food. It's insane. It's fucking nuts. Like, I'll walk like past these food establishments and you'll see them just no gloves on, just preparing the food. And not, you know, it's not the employee's fault. This should come from the bosses higher up saying, let's all cover your hands, let's all wear beard things, let's all, you know, make sure everybody's safe. You know what I mean? And this is what they should be putting on TV. You know what I mean? But, you know, TV is now, in my eyes, becoming irrelevant anyway. Nobody watches TV. Like this is why you see clickbait headlines everywhere, and these short snippet clips from news anchors now and stuff like that, because these news companies, because nobody watches the TV for a long segment anymore. TV is becoming irrelevant. Everything now is online. Like, there's like a certain generation of people now who still watch telly. Like, the viewership for soaps and the likes of EastEnders must have just gone bang and tanked, because nobody watches normal telly anymore. Everyone gets their media from YouTube, from Netflix, Amazon Prime. People watch Sky Go, mainly for the football, and you can instantly pick whatever movie you want to watch. You don't have to sit there at certain times and be like, oh, there's a movie on at 5 o'clock. Who wants to watch The Mask of 5? No one does that anymore. You can just literally click on what movie you want, and that's that. TV is now becoming irrelevant. And you get to watch brilliant shows online now, like the Sandcastle podcast. You get amazing stuff like the Try Guys, who are much more entertaining than any show you're going to watch. You get to watch Good Mythical Morning, which is another amazing show, funny show, keeping people's heads, you know, keeping people in a good mind frame while this whole shit's going on. And fucking, you know, the internet is an amazing place. Obviously, you get the dark bit of the internet we don't talk about. But this level of the internet is incredible. Like, and before you know it, you know, there's going to be people like for instance, I was gonna say before, movies will just be online, but there's movies now getting put straight to Netflix, straight to Amazon Prime, and different services. I do wish, right, there was less services, like, but every company's trying to get a bit of the pie. I get that. Netflix, I think, being the biggest, and then you got like Amazon who are next because they put their delivery service stuff in with the movies, and you can get both in the same package. That's fine. Okay, I get that. But you got stuff like Hulu. HBO is massive. Don't get me wrong, HBO is huge. But at the same time, I think that HBO could have sold their shows to either of the big ones, and it would have been a less thing to pay for. And then everyone around the world would have been able to watch it without getting like ExpressVPN, which is a service thing that you can get, so you can watch shows around the world, no restrictions, which is really good. It's what I use. I use ExpressVPN. It's not even a sponsor, but I fucking made it sound like a sponsor. I recommend anyone to get that, just so you're not missing out on any amazing HBO shows on that. It is worth getting. But it's, I think eventually everything will be online. Hopefully the cinema doesn't take a hit by it, which it already has, I know that, because people just watch shit online anyway. But I love going to the cinema. It's one of my favourite fucking things. Like, I watch, like, any big films that I see, I don't try and torrent it or anything like that. I go to the cinema for the full experience. I like going there, I like getting me ticket, I like getting me munchies, I even like waiting in line to go there. Like, every year, me and my dad go and watch Star Wars on the pictures. Every new Star Wars we've been to watch, whether they've been bad, whether they've been good. We've always gone to a midnight showing if there is one. And we've even went to go and watch the shit ones in 3D. And just the atmosphere of actually being there is fucking amazing. I love it. But I don't know how long it's going to last for, which is a shame, you know what I mean? Because, online is taking over. It's taking over in normal shopping now. Like we said before, people bulk buying stuff. People can't shop online at the minute because everything's getting substituted, like all your items. Some of it's out of stock and you can't get it online. And, but, you can buy clothes online, food online, games online. You can get your medication delivered to your door. You can get a doctor's appointment online. You can speak to a doctor now over your phone using an app. You can get counselling over your phone using an app. It's fucking crazy. You can now get anything you want delivered to your house and you never need to leave. It's crazy. You can work from home. You can do everything you want from your house now, which is making people's jobs go, making people, overweight. It's making people be lazy, and I believe it is, it's not all a great thing, but I can't complain because I do use a lot of it myself. Like, I'm looking forward to going back to the cinema, me. Like, that film that's just been promoted, Greyhound. Like, it's the first... Right, let's talk about Tom Hanks for a minute. Greyhound is the new World War II film. That's just come. It's the first World War II film. It's not out yet, it's coming out soon. The first World War II film that Tom Hanks has been in since Saving Private Ryan, I think. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it is. And it looks fucking incredible. The Greyhound story is a true story about them trying to bring back ships in World War II from France back to the UK. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on it. Leave a comment down below if you know the actual story about it. But it looks fantastic. There's the effects now that they can use. The actual acting in it will be superb. You know what you're going to get from Tom Hanks. An amazing fucking movie. Give me a bad Tom Hanks movie. Go. It's hard to pick one, isn't it? It's hard to find a bad Tom Hanks movie, which it's a credit to him. He's one of the greatest actors of our generation and previous generations. At the minute, he's got coronavirus, him and his wife. But they're isolated, they're fine. Fingers crossed, Tom Hanks is okay. Because one of my favourite actors of all time. Fucking hell, he's been in some fucking amazing films, Tom Hanks. Big when he was really young. Obviously, people say, quote Forrest Gump forever. It's one of the most quoted films of all time. Saving Private Ryan. If anyone talks about a World War II film and says this one's the best, and doesn't mention fucking Saving Private Ryan, you've never watched a good World War II movie. If I try to think of another one. Do you know what, mate? I even like the Da Vinci Code. Angels and Demons was a bit... Meh. But, fucking hell, the Da Vinci Code was very good. Very not like a Tom Hanks film. Sully, an amazing movie. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. Such an underrated film. What a fucking... Those two had such a good synergy together that I wish the film was longer. The film was incredible. Obviously they can't make a number 2 or nothing like that on it, but it was such a good film. I think Tom Hanks, you know, he's one of the legendary actors. He's definitely up there with Pacino and De Niro in my eyes. Definitely. You know, I'm looking forward to it and watching Greyhound anyway. It should be fucking amazing. But eventually, again, as I was saying, technology has come such a long fucking way. Like, years ago in the early 1900s, people were listening to basically an audio book on the radio, and families would sit round having their dinner listening to like War of the Worlds or listening to people tell stories. But it was like listening to a movie, and that's how people would get their media, listening, using the radio. It wasn't just used for music, it was used for people telling a narrative and painting a picture in your head. Basically, an audiobook. That's what people would do. And then it went to like black and white TVs, which hardly anybody had, with the twisty knobs and shit. You see in all like the 1940s like based films, and you see them in all like the like World War II epic movies, and the odd people had like a big screen, a black and white screen TV. I might be right in saying the 40s or 50s or one of them. And then like it become like colour TVs, where people are like, what the fuck, I can see people's colour of their skin, this is crazy, I can see what it looks like, and this is amazing. And then it become even bigger TVs where you could change the channel and you could watch different things, you could hire music, you could pick what you wanted to watch. Everyone's minds are blown, and you know, and then all of a sudden we're at this point now where we've got 60-inch HD TV, 4K sitting on your wall with everything in the world. You have over 100 billion things you can watch on the internet. You have loads of endless amounts of movies you can watch at any time. You can listen to whatever music you want at any time. It's fucking crazy. Technologically, the world has just gone from fucking nothing to everything in such a small period of time that we have to fucking count ourselves so lucky. We have to count ourselves so lucky. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Like, even me was in a short film called Gnomes. A lot of people will know this, that I was in a short film called Gnomes. I died in the first 40 seconds, but nah, that was amazing. That was a good time. I've got an itch on this nose right here. Might have the coronavirus. I've got an itch. But I was in a short film called Gnomes years back now. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Can't remember. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but that was an amazing experience to do. I was only in it for 40 seconds. I just wish that I got into stuff like this, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I did more of movie stuff, or short films and that, because I have a friend called Josh, which I met through like another close mate of mine, and he was making a short film, and me mate goes, listen, throw a video in and do like an audition video to get the part and do it. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it, whatever, who gives a shit. So I done it, and I got asked to help out, so I did. We filmed for 3 days in a few different locations. It was just basically me running and screaming for 3 days, up hills, down hills, in mud. You know what I mean? I got killed by a gnome, I blow up in a phone box. But it was such a good experience. I really enjoyed it. I just wish that You know, I did more stuff like that. You know, I did concentrate more on creative things. Instead of doing other things and being lazy and sitting around. That's one of the things I regret. Because after doing that, maybe I should have tried to push myself to do more things like that. You know, even if it was with Josh or was whether it was with other people, that doesn't matter. I wish I did more stuff. Who the fuck you honking at out there? Anyway, yeah, I wish I did more stuff. Maybe in the future I can get back into it. We don't know. At the minute though, I'm happy I'm doing the podcast. You know, I'm at this point in doing the podcast now where I'm looking forward to getting to it. I know that my podcast isn't big. I got like 50 views on both the last two and 100 views on the last one, which to me, in my eyes, is fucking good because I was getting 2-3 views on all the other videos, but the other ones got like 50, 60 views and it's amazing. But podcasts now are so accessible and popular that people can just listen to them on the go. You can listen to people be real and just be themselves and, you know, talk and, you know, just people actually expressing themselves, whether you're a silly goose podcast like The Fighter and the Kid and the King and the Sting and any Theo Von podcast, or you can be serious like Joe Rogan and get some good information across and talk to interesting people. You know, you can listen and meet all these interesting people. Like now, like I watch The Fighter and the Kid quite a lot, Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, and they had Coyote Peterson on, who's an animal expert. He travels all the way around the world, seeing all these animals getting bit and stung by these fucking horrible creatures. Like this thing called the tarantula hawk, which basically is fucking the spawn of Satan. It's about that fucking big with a massive stinger on it, and he lets it sting him so he can tell you what it feels like, what to do if you do get stung by these creatures or bitten or anything like that. He's genuinely crazy, but he's very informative as well. And I got to learn about these people from watching podcasts, and it's amazing. It's like I didn't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson was. He's an amazing physicist and scientist who knows everything, anything and everything about space. And space is my jam, mate. I fucking love space. If I could, I'd fucking shoot myself up there and get away from all you bitches, and I'll do my podcast from space. But I'm so interested in space, and listen to that guy talk to Joe Rogan for about 2 hours just about space. It is fascinating, and that's why podcasts are now at a point where it is taking over normal media, which is, it's amazing. Joe Rogan gets over 15 million downloads just for audio alone, and then he gets like 3 million views a podcast. It's fucking nuts, mate. And you know, we're getting to a point now where the world is changing, but I don't think nothing will change the world, right? This is mad, and all you guys don't fucking remember. Do you remember when Pokemon Go first come out, right? And fucking the whole world just went poof. Everybody's childhood all at once become on your phone, and you got people walking around the streets. No one was driving. No one was fucking taking public transport. Everyone was heads down on their phones, looking for something to catch, walking around, following the map, listening to the music. And they were like, fuck me, a Charizard over there. And he'd fucking walk into the middle of the fucking ocean just to try and get a Charizard. Like, I remember when a Blastoise, I think it might have been a Blastoise or a Charizard, was in the middle of Albert Dock, right? And the fucking whole of Albert Dock, each fucking side, filled full of people trying to catch this one Charizard. It was fucking bizarre. The whole world stopped to play Pokemon Go. It was fucking nuts. I'm not saying it's not popular now, and loads of apps have come after it, like the Harry Potter one, the Jurassic Park one, that just aren't as good. But this fucking game took the world by storm. Me and my girlfriend used to walk down the prom at 12 o'clock at night hunting for Pokemon. It was fucking nuts. The amount of people used to be see doing this thing to spin the ball and try and catch Pokemon was nuts. Absolutely bonkers. I went on drives with friends to go to the prom to walk around playing Pokemon Go. And the whole secret behind it is that they wanted people to get out there and be more active. What a great fucking idea. What a great idea. Get people walking If you walk the same amount of distance in Pokemon Go, as you know, you fucking exit hatch and you'd get a Pokemon. Amazing. But this gives you the incentive to walk 5k. This will give you the incentive to walk 10k. To play this game and try and collect them all. Fucking do these battles where you could own a gym and shit. It was amazing. Everyone had their affiliation. I can't remember what they were called now. But it was blue, red and green. Or blue, yellow and... Blue, yellow... I feel like it was blue, yellow and green. I think it was blue, yellow and green. And people were picking which ones. And people would be like physically arguing with people. Like how... Like, you know... Like people argue, why would you go with that side when you could be with this side and blah 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 blah. It was fucking nuts, and what a time it was to, you know, I fucking loved it. I played it for a few months and then eventually faded off it when, you know, it got ridiculous I had to pay. When you gotta pay, if the game comes out for free and all of a sudden you gotta pay for shit because you're running out of equipment in the game, all of a sudden you end up just being like, nah, I'm good, homie, I'm not paying for shit. But what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Like, a thing that I wanted to talk about was back in the day. I say back in the day. I was meant to talk about it after I talked about knowns, but I'll talk about it now. Was it come to a point where I did film another short film, what didn't come out, with Josh again. But it didn't come to fruition because Josh was busy doing other things for his uni work, and you know he went on to travel and do whatever he wanted to do, so it didn't really come out, which is a shame because we did loads of good stuff for it. But to promote the film, what we did was me and another guy called Mark, who was playing one of the main characters, went to a pub. And effectively, we did like a dual stand-up comedy skit thing. Because I thought I was going to go up there as my character. And he was playing his character to do a pub quiz. I get there and they've conveniently lost the questions. I spat everywhere then. Conveniently lost the questions to the pub quiz. So he goes, just make shit up on the fly. I'm like, fuck. Alright. And it just ends up becoming this comedy duo of me and Mark on stage. And I loved it. Fell in love with it, got the feeling when people were laughing their heads off and enjoying it. I fucking loved it. It was amazing. I got the itch to do stand-up comedy, which I've never fucking pursued. It was a dream of mine to do stand-up comedy after that. I sat there and I wrote down I have got, I reckon, a full hour's worth of stand-up stuff I could do there and perform live, and just little segments here and there, maybe 15 minutes at an open mic, but I just won't do it. I've done it once at that club, and I need the fucking push to go and do it again. I'd love to. You know when you don't think you're funny though, and like, my nerves are getting to me, and I get the thought of me doing it is amazing, but then me actually thinking about being up there is what's stopping me doing it, in case nobody laughs. Being a stand-up comic is the hardest fucking job in the world, in my eyes. The hardest fucking job in the world. You've got to try and... You've got a few, even like 50 people. Imagine 50 people in front of you talking. I remember doing in school, when I had to do a presentation in front of people about some bullshit in English. And I'd get nervous doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I did theatre in school. Fuck, mate, if I had to do a school play again, mate, I'd brand me kecks. But for some reason, me getting up there and doing it is scary to me in case I fail. But if I can get past that barrier of thinking I'm going to fail, maybe, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it. But I'd like to do it. I'd like to give it a go again. It's one of the things I'd like to do. Because I watch all these amazing, like, as I say, podcasts online, and all these comedians have podcasts. They talk about the amazing stories they have together with different comedians. They have stories about playing in front of people, different crowds. They even talk about bombing on stage, which is the thing I'm scared about. Like, failing. And the experiences they get off that to become better. You learn the hard way But at the same time, it's like learning your trade. You've got to start somewhere, and eventually you'll be good. Like Joe Rogan, one of the biggest comedians ever, he's just done a dual set with Dave Chappelle around America before this coronavirus thing happened. And he talks about playing in like restaurants where people are eating and people are telling him to shush in the middle of his set. People are booing him off stage, people are throwing stuff at him, he's arguing with fans. And you've got to get through that to get to where he is now. Maybe at some point in the future I'll fucking go for it. But I don't know. I'd like to. I really would like to. You know, it's something that I am properly interested in doing. And maybe one day I can do it. I can do it. Right. We've done a lot of talking. It's time for five for five. Let me get my stopwatch up. Right, 5 for 5 is coming up. Right. We're sporting the Air Jordans today. We got the list in the Air Jordans. Oh, what's it going to be this week? Well, what's it going to be today this week? Right, okay, decent one. Top 5 YouTube channels. Okay. Let's go. Oh, let's lower that down. Okay, right. No, shut up. Let's start again. Right, top 5 YouTube channels with no music in the background of the stupid stopwatch. Go. The Try Guys. It's a channel that I've recently started to watch, I'd say in the last few months. They are a group of guys who do a lot of challenges, a lot of like ranking things, but each guy in the Try Guys is totally different. Like they're either trying new foods, they're trying new games, they're trying new experiences. Like I watched a video where they try martial arts, they try baking cakes without a recipe, they try... You know, they try all like different food places around the world, and it's an amazing channel. You get to know each guy. Each guy brings something new to the table, whether it's being geeky, whether it's being fabulous in Eugene, and all these other things. It's a great way they built it up because they started with BuzzFeed and they managed to pull and get away from BuzzFeed, which is amazing. So it's one of them channels where you can just binge watch all this stuff and it is incredible. Okay, the next channel. I'm going to have to say DSP Gaming, even though he did wank on stream. DSP Gaming had got me into a lot of friend groups which I've met online. I can't thank him enough for that because he did create like a little community. It was never massive. It was never huge. But it was always, I always met my friends from there, and his content was really good as well. He made playthroughs of games which, say for instance, I couldn't afford to buy. I'd watch him play, and he was enjoyable. He's got like a certain personality where a lot of people doesn't like. He can be awkward, and he did, as I said, wank on stream. But at the same time, he is, he's really enjoyable to watch. He can be, even though there's a lot of controversy behind him. I've stuck with him. As I said, I met all my friends from DSP. And yeah, it's a channel that I've kind of stuck with in and out for the last few years. Okay, the next one is Northern Lion. I got to know him through my mate, one of my best mates. Showed me Northern Lion ages ago, and his dry humour is hilarious. The gang he plays with is hilarious. He plays a lot of indie games, which is interesting because there's not a lot of people who play that. People mainly play the mainstream Call of Duty and Fortnite and stuff like that, but this guy played The Binding of Isaac, which he made massive. If it wasn't for him, that game wouldn't be where it is today. There's a lot of things he did and a lot of things that he played which did influence a lot of buyers to buy certain games, and there's a lot of games that I can't play which he plays, and it's enjoyed watching the skill level he has from Isaac and stuff like that. So it is pretty incredible that what he's done with his own little community. Right, okay. The next one is avoiding the puddle. Right, avoiding the puddle is a bit of a weird one because he mainly Twitch streams and puts all his VODs on YouTube. But he is just such a personality. He's funny. He's very hyperactive. I say hyperactive. He's not really hyperactive at all. He's actually really laid back. I got that wrong. But his comedy he's got such a stick, which he abuses his audience in such a funny way while playing the game. He describes the game in such a weird way. And, like, for instance, if you watch him play a horror game, he's not scared. He pretends to be playing it off, but he's actually terrified, which is, which gets me. I fucking love it. It's, it is funny. I do like it. And I can't, that style of comedy is right down my alley. Very funny with a little bit of stick behind it. It's good. But the last channel I'm going to talk about, if I'm talking about my top 5 YouTube channels of all time, I'm going to say Cross Counter. Right, Cross Counter was a Street Fighters based fighting game channel with 2 guys, Gutex and Mike Ross, who genuinely were amazing. They were good at the game. They went to the competitive fighting game tournaments, but they made their show so interactive with their fans, and they made it where you felt involved watching them play games, like different characters they were picking up each week, or different like fighting games they were going outside the box to play. They were mainly Street Fighting. You see them jump on Marvel, which they were bad at, but it was fun to watch them play. They had a cool dynamic between each other. There's nothing much more you can say besides it's a shame that they don't do it together no more. But they were superb together. And that's it for me. 5 for 5 YouTube channels. Jesus, what a list. I did forget one though. I forgot a few. I should have planned it. Why didn't I say Good Mythical Morning? Why didn't I say Joe Rogan? Holy shit. Okay, let's talk about this. We've got other channels. Honorable mentions. We've got Joe Rogan's podcast. We've got all the podcasts I listen to. Let's not count them because the podcasts. Good Mythical Morning, though, is a fucking show that I've watched consistently for the last, I forgot how long. I can't remember. PewDiePie. I've watched him too. Considering he's big and people see him as like kind of a meme, I did watch fucking PewDiePie. Good Mythical Morning is a great show. People should fucking... If people don't watch that show, what the fuck are you doing? Why didn't I mention these, man? I panicked on the spot. This is why 5 for 5 is good, man. It makes you think on the spot and it's not planned. Anyway, thanks for watching this podcast. It's been fun. Hopefully it's been educational. You've learned quite a lot. As I say, I don't know how long it's been running for. Who cares? Whether it's half an hour, 20 minutes, up to an hour, hopefully it's 45 minutes to an hour. My voice is hurting. This is the first podcast I've done with pants on. And it's sheerly because all my underwear's in the wash. And I'm not doing a podcast bolloco. That is not part of the game plan. No sir. But, I hope you guys enjoyed it again. And hopefully, soon, I can see you guys again. Just keep on coming back, subscribe, do all the notification things. I will link all my videos on Facebook again for people to watch. And I appreciate you guys watching once again. And I will see you guys very soon. Peace.